Step right up and die. Welcome to I Hope You Suffer.
It
was weak.
Oh, I have many regrets.
What? Oh my god, you guys. I have so much to say about this movie.
Alright, well, hold on. Welcome to episode 68 of I Hope You Suffer. My name is Nathan.
I'm Kit.
I'm Katie.
And this week we watched what I assume Martin Scorsese was talking about when he was talking about cinema.
100%.
2016 CarousHell.
Crucial.
With our guest, Caitlin.
Hi.
From some other terrible podcast.
That I do with Nathan.
Yeah.
Let me be your pot of love.
Hoping this sounds alright because we are currently sharing a mic and headphones. So, we'll see. If you can't hear us, tough. You could just listen to...
Not all four of us, just me and
all
Nathan.
four of us are
No,
sharing
all
one
four of us are
microphone.
sitting on a long couch right now.
We're
with
just
one,
in a circle, snuggling.
Yeah.
Listen, DIY life is hard, you guys, you know?
New snuggle pod.
So, this was a movie.
This movie was amazing. Best pick of mine so far. Well, I'm gonna take credit for it, but it wasn't really my pick.
I don't remember who found this movie.
You told me about it, and I told you that it sounded terrifying.
I think, long ago, you, came across it and posted a picture, literally, a year ago, and I've been obsessed with it ever since.
So, Caitlin, do you want to explain why you're on this one?
I fucking hate carousel horses. I think they're a nightmare. I think they are pure evil, and I've been afraid of them since I was a child. And when I was little, my mom redecorated my bedroom and picked, because it was the 80s, so there's wallpaper, carousel horse border wallpaper. So above my head, around the whole room was carousel horses, and it was. I used to have nightmares about them.
That's my bedroom right now, to be honest.
Chris.
Don't know. I think I said, well, this was on our Q&A episode, so maybe people didn't listen to it. And I was talking about how when I listened to that episode of Let Me Be Your Pot of Love, where you were talking about how you hated them, and I was like, this is going to be the best because I fucking love carousels. I love carousel horses. I'm obsessed with them. And I'm not even kidding you. It's not done. I'm working on a cross stitch pattern of a carousel right now.
Of Duke?
Carousel.
Is it Duke?
Hell.
Is it
Well, I did.
Duke and Sarah?
God.
It will be now. It wasn't before.
I just
but
think
get the baby
impaled.
one in there.
They are
Oh my
impaled
God.
by a fucking pole. They are there's a pole impaling an animal and that you ride on. I don't know. It just creeps me out.
That's why they all look so
holding
upset.
them. It's
Yeah,
holding them.
their faces always look miserable.
It's a support pole.
All right, Katie.
The horses have a job to do, okay? They're just working it. They got
wanna
a pole.
Eat pickles, okay?
Katie.
Yeah. Yes.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Of what?
Duke, Christine in the car,
And Morty.
and Morty from Tales from the Crypt.
Listen,
We've
can
been
we
working on
stop
this.
with Morty? Morty is gone.
Morty's
We already
in
did
it.
that.
He's part of it. He's another inanimate object come to life.
Obviously, you fuck Duke because he seems pretty good at it.
He's got that horn.
I would definitely kill Christine because fuck
How
Christine.
dare you? So you're gonna marry Morty?
Actually, I was gonna say marrying a car might not be so bad because then it could just, well, it is. She's very jealous though. I don't know if I can deal with that. I can't.
All right, let's start this shit.
The answer is kill Duke.
No, you fuck Duke, you marry
Nuh-uh.
Christine, and you
Christine-
kill
yeah, okay,
Morty
okay.
because Morty is a nightmare.
No, you fuck Morty because you get 2 for 1.
Yeah, but the other one is Don Rickles.
I don't want either, Caitlin. I don't want either.
I mean,
That's a classic lose-lose situation.
we don't know. Don Rickles is old and
I think
experienced.
Don Rickles is dead, isn't he?
Well, now, but he has years of Hollywood experience. We don't know what he can do.
R.I.P. Pour one
What
out.
What if it's dead Don Rickles, but Morty is still alive on the end of his arm?
Oh, this is a nightmare.
Definitely yes.
This is what we're talking about for the next hour.
Then marry. I would marry Morty.
All right.
What if it's a carousel horse of Don Rickles and Morty is on there?
I'm just running away.
Caitlin just kill herself.
I'm just gonna cry.
Okay, I'm gonna get into this because I gotta talk about one of the movies under one of the director's credits.
Can I? Sorry,
No.
before you say how? So the director is Steve
Rudzinski.
Radzinski, and I clicked on. I have never heard of him before. I clicked on him, and my first note is his first 3 headshots on IMDb are of him in a Spider-Man costume, and I was like, question mark? Why is he in a Spider-Man costume? And you guys, it comes back in such a rewarding way later. I was so excited
Because he's Spider-Man?
because he is your friendly neighborhood pizza guy, Joe.
What?
So what's that got to do with Spider-Man?
But not
I don't get it.
Spider-Man.
Why is he Spider-Man?
Well, I don't know why he's Spider-Man, but it's like a weird like he's
Well, that's
Spider-Man
not rewarding?
That's
Yeah,
not
because
rewarding at
he's-
all.
because it's like a really meta joke, you guys. Because the director is Joe the pizza guy, so the guy who directed it is Joe the
Yeah.
pizza guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he said he's your friendly neighborhood pizza guy,
Oh.
Okay.
friendly neighborhood Spider-Man for
Well,
other people.
All that
I guess who don't.
matters is he directed Meowie Christmas and Meowie Halloween.
Meowie Halloween, I want to see real
But
bad.
he also has a movie called Wolfster Part 1, The Curse of the Emo Vampire.
That's your favorite
Oh my
movie.
god.
That was like made for Nathan.
Need to see it.
It's the story of my life, you guys.
He's got some fucking bonkers.
Oh my god.
credits.
And he plays Wolfster, I think. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he like
I can't wait
stars
for
in,
that.
directs, writes, and he's like just does everything on all of these movies.
Okay, I officially stan him. I'm a stan account for Steve Wodzinski.
It makes sense that he gave himself like the most dialogue of the whole movie.
Also, like the
he had all these
only
monologues
And-
and shit.
the
he
only,
fucking
like,
nails
funny
it.
person in the movie.
I thought he was terrible.
He's like the funny part.
No, I hated him.
I don't think you like anything in this movie though.
I liked. Well, I don't want to. I liked when Duke slapped that lady's ass. That's the only thing I like.
God, that seems so good.
There's just so many things to this movie that like this is all I could ask for. This
What?
this
That
being like
layers.
Is
also-
going
oh, I meant to
on with
say-
these Spider-Man shots.
Oh my goodness. That's like
are you seeing that? I was
romantic.
like
He
I
has
was
a
like
romantic look in his eye.
he does. As you should if you're
Those
Spider-Man.
Are like Spider-Man boudoir photos.
I'm like why oh my gosh. I'm like why? Tell me, Steve, what's going on here?
Yeah, that wistful look in his eye.
It is real
He's like-
strange that the last 2 movies he did are those cat movies.
Maybe he took a turn. Life took a turn.
He also voices a cat named Wally Griswold.
Wally Griswold. So like National Lampoon's Cat Vacation.
Yes.
I am just down for everything.
The cat on the cover of Meowie Halloween looks like my cat Lex.
And it's also the
Ernest.
cover to Ernest Scared Stupid with the cat, which is amazing. Alright.
Oh goodness.
I
Okay.
love this movie.
Alright, so this movie directed by Steve Rudzinski,
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield.
whose identity we know now.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, we
We're
stand.
the J. Jonah Jamesons of the podcast world. Written by
Spider-Man is.
Aileen Isley and Steve Rudzinski, starring Steve Rimpici as Duke, the Nazi horse, unicorn.
Yeah.
I
pig.
missed him being a Nazi. I missed that.
Okay.
tie-in.
Well, he doesn't really do anything. Well, I mean, he kills people. Nazis killed people.
Yeah.
He doesn't really do anything like. It just randomly that cowboy guy was like,
Okay.
he's a Nazi Mustang, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, the end when they said he's
Several
a Nazi,
times.
I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what did I miss? I mean, makes sense because he's a terrible nightmare, but
It also stars Say Marie as Lori, and the person that deserves the Oscar from that year, Harley Madison as Sarah.
yes,
Girl,
Just killing it.
unicorn love.
Also, from
I can't even imagine.
She is from a movie called Space Babes from Outer Space that I also need to watch. And Chris Proud as Preston, who is the worst.
Oh, Preston was so bad. Titties. It was like
The
so.
fucking
I
best.
just kept like, oh.
He's
so
a
bad.
bronicorn, you guys.
Fuck.
You guys, I just have to say one more thing.
Chirper.
This, huh?
Are you gonna cheap it?
Yeah, they're fucking terrible. Fucking Twitter
Oh,
knockoff Chirper.
I did write. Tatted mom is mad at Snapstagram daughter.
Snapstagram.
This whole bronicorn thing really hit home for me because I was working at Hot Topic whenever the new like My Little Pony thing happened, and these like people were like my customers, so I was just like,
Shit.
They all have like pop collars the whole time.
yeah,
I don't believe you.
no, and Mardi Gras beads.
Yeah.
Where they offer you beads to flash.
So it just was like another like thing that I was like, this movie just gets me, you guys.
Oh, real quick, Kit. Why you tweeting about LaQuisha today?
Get the fuck out of here.
What?
This is character assassination, and I will not stand for it.
Oh.
I don't know if you saw that. Hold on. I don't know if Caitlin saw it. There's some fucking account on Twitter that's like fake Disney Plus movies or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was like
Mhm.
something about like, what was your favorite movie, like
Yeah.
direct to streaming, and it was like, if LaQuisha wasn't your favorite movie, you don't like movies. Signed KH.
Unbelievable.
Is that Kit?
With two
This is
whisper.
this is Kit
like,
Harington's fault.
Kit Harington.
Kit Harington.
What? It's. I mean, he has a lot of time on his hands now, so.
No, he's an Eternal for Marvel. All right, fuck.
My opening note is this place is a nightmare.
Okay, so I have to be really honest. When it very, very first started, you get this like kind of like loud monologue over like
Yeah.
happy music. And so like there's like a park attendant who's like leaning over looking all mad because he's at work, as you do. And like I know this was the point. I thought it was him, and I was like, oh no, I've made a grave mistake. And he's like talking about being depressed and how everyone's supposed to be happy and like how he fucking hates his life, which I mean, as you do. And then I realized it was the horse talking, and I was like, okay, buckle up. This is gonna be a gem.
As soon as I read that little blurb where it was like Duke is a carousel horse who's tired of his career or whatever, I was like, oh, it's him. It's definitely him.
Yeah, I get what
Caitlin.
they're doing, but go ahead.
Yes.
He is the prettiest goddamn unicorn in the world.
He's not though. He's a fucking ugly ass unicorn too. Like that's an insult to unicorns.
He is a pretty generic looking. Like I want to know
He has like
where
a
they
narwhal horn.
found. It kind of looked like a huge carrot. Like it
Like a
reminded
big
me of Jack
dick.
Frost.
It was like a golden dick.
I wonder if like they just like somebody stumbled across this fucking carousel horse at like an antique store or some
Ugh.
shit, and they were like, I got an idea for a movie.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Its
was really
fucking
curious
mouth
how
is
they
terrible.
picked. Oh yeah, how they picked like this specific carousel horse.
I thought maybe because it was kind of like beat up looking, you know, like it was kind of like old looking, so it would like make sense that he was like a rundown, like
Yeah.
you know, sick of this lifestyle kind of horse. I called him horse the whole time. I didn't call him a unicorn because I really don't think he's a unicorn.
This is a fucking horse with a carrot.
Yeah, it was
glued
like
to his head.
a carousel horse, and then they just like took Jack Frost's nose and like put it on his head, and we're like,
Yes.
good enough.
Did you ever see those
Stealing unicorn
carousels
ballot.
that have like all the different animals, like the tiger,
Yeah.
and like shit? Like I hate it.
I like it. I
It's
think
just
it's
like
cute.
the animals are stuck or put on a stick forever.
Yeah, the shish kebabs.
Yeah, they're like animal shish kebabs.
Shish
That
kebab
freaked
baby.
me out. I was like, what? And then they just make them go up and down on the stick, which is like, I don't know. just
That's what
freaked
you
me
do on a pole.
out. Freaks me
Yeah,
out. from a young age. All right, what happened? Okay.
Yeah, so it opens with Duke talking about how he hates his life, but he is
nightmare.
also the prettiest goddamn unicorn in the world.
That's right. Goddamn right.
It starts off just at 100 with this fucking Duke having the craziest voice I would imagine for a fucking unicorn carousel horse
I
thing.
feel like they were trying to give him like a New Yorker voice, and it didn't work.
All I could, I desperately, as soon as I knew his name was Duke, I wanted him to be voiced by the guy that played Duke on The Critic. It's like all I wanted.
He sort of reminded me of like a Will Arnett, kind of like.
Yeah,
I was like,
if this was supposed to, if this would have ended up being like a straight up comedy, that's exact. Will Arnett would have been like the perfect.
I felt like they were trying to go for like a gruff New York guy kind of vibe. Like at first they kind of had times where they tried to make him sound like hey, and then they like lost it. I don't know. It was like all over the place.
Well, like before we get to it, my favorite thing about this movie is how extremely stupid it is, but then the gore is like insanely over the top.
The gore is the only redeeming. That's actually one thing I like about this movie is it's like ridiculous and amazing.
The dude that gets his head kicked in half.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
I had to pause this movie because like it was so like jarring, some of the stuff that happened, that I started like laughing and like wheezing, and I had to like pause it because I was just like, oh my fucking, like, oh my gosh, it was crazy.
That kept happening to me. I kept like looking down to take a note, and I'd be like, wait, and Nathan would have to rewind it because I like missed the 1 second where like
someone got their face
open.
kicked in.
Yeah, like when he rips off that lady's front of her throat, like, bites off the front of her neck.
That was so good.
The movie is amazing.
And like, before we preface it, okay, so when this movie has like one of those like really stereotypical like covers that we always talk about, where it's like a CGI like carousel horse and there's like flames and everywhere. This movie doesn't have any CG. It's literally like a plastic.
Can we talk about when Duke first breaks free and just kind of floats around?
Oh, besides that.
Oh my
Besides
god.
That's magical.
Yeah.
This is the best
Besides
effect in
that,
film.
Floats out of park. That was my note.
But I meant like
Amazing.
he himself is a prop. He's not like he's not a CGI horse. And then like all of the gore and stuff is like practical effects or whatever. So like it's really hard to convey like how great some of this stuff is if you're just thinking like, oh, okay, like it's CG. It's not. None of it is except for that. But like he himself is a prop. Yeah, which is freaking amazing.
Part was pretty ridiculous.
Also, rules of this movie was an hour and 8 minutes.
Yes. Its best feature.
Yeah.
So you're introduced to Lori and her mom and her brother Larry, aka Lunchbox.
I hate that. I felt like they were making fun of him.
Well, he collects lunchboxes.
Yeah, but they were also calling him that because he eats a lot.
Yeah, but they call Kevin Smith's nickname too. So
I put chest tap mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Most of my notes, I just didn't even bother with names.
The mom and the daughter look the same age. Like the daughter does not look like a teenager.
I don't know if they were supposed to be teenagers. I mean, I guess they are, but also they go to a party where she's immediately like, let's get fucking wasted.
Well, I did that as a teenager.
Yeah, that sounds like a teenager.
Well, you know what? I was playing WrestleMania 2000 for Nintendo 64.
I mean,
I'm jealous of your teenage years.
yes,
You
me
weren't
too.
just
I feel
like-
you weren't robbed of your childhood at least.
You weren't drinking straight from a Jack Daniels bottle and trying to hook up with a pizza guy. I mean, come on.
Or a
Typical
unicorn.
teen stuff.
Listen, Katie. No, I'm kidding.
I was not trying
Some
to
of us
get my
did
crush
that
stuffed.
as teenagers. No, I'm kidding.
No, I didn't do it. I legit.
I don't think I ever
yeah.
hooked up with a pizza guy, so.
I have. So...
Never have I ever not.
Oh my god, that scene is the worst.
That scene has like one of the best parts in the
It was
movie, I
insane.
think.
I mean, it's fine. It's like a big chunk that I was like, okay, can we just fucking move on?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also
It was
this
a
movie
lot.
was 108 minutes, so they were just padding it out in places. So Lori's mom has to go to work at a bachelorette party that, spoilers, ends up... Did you guys watch through the credits?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, spoiler, she apparently was going to work at the fucking party her daughter was going to, which is weird.
Yeah, that was really weird.
That's some fucking Rob Zombie Halloween shit.
Yeah, there was a lot of incest in this movie.
Rob Zombie, for some reason, has to put incest in all of his movies.
Because he's bad.
Hard agree.
It's pretty
Yeah,
pretty
it was
telling if you ask
edgy.
me.
We should trick Katie into watching another one of his movies for...
No.
One again.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
No.
I
No.
just watched Rob Zombie music videos for an episode.
I mean, essentially, it's just like all of his movies are a
Exactly.
2-hour music video, but... her mom's got to go to work, so she has to watch her brother Larry, who, for some reason, collects lunch boxes, which were all weird Christmas ones, except for the Evil Dead one.
Yeah, and one that just said like lunchbox.
Weird. Her mom...
Personalized one.
Yeah,
Her mom works at a strip club called Pussy One,
Pussy One.
which I feel like is not the name of any strip club.
Yeah, Pussy One was having a bloodborne pathogens awareness workshop, which, like, I
God.
mean, go them. Like, that's pretty good.
This the Air Force One of strip clubs.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Like, it was like Pussy One out. Like, you know. I mean, if I had like a CB radio, that would be my handle. So
Pussy One.
Oh.
Pussy One. Then she takes him to the fucking park, right?
Yeah, that's this fucking movie. All I want to talk about is the sex scene.
Well, hurry up and let's get to it.
Yeah, so basically she takes Larry to an amusement park because that's where her boyfriend works. And you cut to Larry riding on Duke while Lori is bitching about tweeting, aka cheaping, because Twitter is called chirper
Like,
in this fucking world because apparently you can't just say Twitter.
yeah, right? And, like, how old was the kid supposed to be? Because, like, I feel like CarousHell's for, like,
Larry-
babies and 5-year-olds.
Larry is at least 37.
Yeah, like, clearly. He's seen some
Okay.
shit.
Can we also talk about how he was like giving Duke like a lap dance?
He was, like riding
that is
like a
not
rodeo,
normal-
like a rodeo horse.
Look,
Yeah,
I don't know
like
how
a-
you
not
guys
a
ride
normal way.
carousels,
I mean,
but...
Nathan does that. I have seen it, so we don't want to make him feel bad.
Yeah, quit shaming me.
But yeah, and then he was like smacking it and like riding it. Like, it was really creepy. I agree.
Look, I don't blame Duke for what he did later, so...
Yeah,
No, I don't
I don't either.
Also, this kid is wearing a fedora and like a space Pizza Cat shirt, so like
Yeah.
And baggy jeans.
I mean,
so...
he's like I think
Called
he's supposed to be like an
fashion?
awkward
Yeah,
adolescent. It's called fashion, sweetie. Look it
It's,
up. He's like an awkward adolescent, but like
again, this kid is straight from Hot Topic. Is all I'm saying.
yeah, it's true. Everyone in this movie kind of is straight from Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Especially Sarah.
That's probably where
straight
they
from
found-
Hot Topic.
Oh, legit. Yeah, Sarah for
She,
sure.
like, lives there. I mean, and then he wipes his boogers on the horse, on Duke.
Yeah, that's
He
good.
like picks
that's
his
why...
nose and wipes his boogers on him.
Look, Larry had it coming, alright?
He did.
I would kill
Larry
someone who wiped their boogers
is
on me.
the worst character in this movie.
Larry's annoying.
So, yeah, Larry is the worst.
Yeah, he wipes his
riding
boogers
Duke,
and he pisses Duke off.
and they go, like...
I don't. Carousel
You-
horses are a living nightmare.
Also, at the same time, Larry also has to watch his sister almost get fucking boned down in her, like, the fucking front seat of her car, so...
Yeah, that was kind of not cool.
yeah, by her like maintenance worker boyfriend who's on break in his like orange vest. He's like, "I'm trying to fuck your sister" or something like that. It's like really gross.
Yeah.
He's like, I hate you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, Lori meets her boyfriend at, like, her car with fucking Larry in tow. And you cut back to to Duke having a fucking breakdown and breaking free.
I wrote horse shakes.
Yeah. Also, just camera shakes, basically.
Yeah, his
then
hoof,
you
you see
get-
his hoof shaking.
You get the absolute best effect of any movie we've ever done on this podcast of what is essentially a screenshot of Duke just hopping along the screen.
horse floats out of the park.
Incredible.
That's the best way to describe it. He floats like on a
It's
cloud.
The greatest. It's like the only time you ever see,
Him moving.
him move, basically.
Well, until that bedroom scene.
But even then, you don't see him move.
Yeah, you just see him scene to scene. Pose to
Um,
pose. And there's a rodeo. He finds this creepy rodeo
Yeah,
clown.
then you come across Jocko, the fucking rodeo clown.
Ugh.
Where they just have a conversation
What a
like
name.
it's totally
Yeah, they
fucking
have a
normal.
like. Then you find out that like people can hear Duke.
Jocko is a pretty fucking dope name.
Jocko.
Love Taco.
He's like, I knew you.
I
had
legit,
it, Duke. Your
without-
life sucks. or
Without
something.
subtitles, I could not understand anything Jocko was saying, so...
He was like, picking on him.
I mean, he's the fucking carousel.
Oh yeah, he was like, "You're just a ride," or something, right?
How about a ride to hell?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so Duke gets pissed and stabs Jocko in the neck with his horn.
Through the neck, not just like in the neck. I
Oh,
feel
did
like
it go all the way through?
I think it went through the side.
That's even
Yeah, like
better.
I
behind
feel
him.
like impaled him.
Duke is killing it in this
Um,
movie.
R.I.P. to a real one.
Second best actor in this movie is Duke.
Yes,
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, this is when you cut back to Larry in the back seat while Lori and her boyfriend are trying to fuck. My next note is just chirper in all capital letters. Cause,
Well,
like,
okay, which is
he's-
better, Chirper or Snapstagram?
Snapstagram is fucking way
Snapstagram.
better. I
Snapstagram.
wish Snapstagram was real.
Snap! I'm gonna make it. I'm sorry, Paul.
Like, Lori's entire thing is that she's obsessed with social media. So, like, her boyfriend is just trying to fuck, and she's like trying to take pictures of
Like,
herself
taking
while it's happening.
selfies. Ugh.
And then Larry's just sitting in the back seat, just like, I hate all of you. So they, like, the boyfriend has to go back to work. It comes across Duke just, like, standing there on the loose. And goes to call in, like, a maintenance call because Duke is just, like, he's just like, well, this fucking carousel horse is for some reason all the way out here. And he turns around and just gets a machete to the back
You
of the
see
head.
Duke raise the machete in his hoof.
It's amazing.
And he says, now you can be in charge of security.
In hell.
In hell.
Oh, God, it's so good.
When I saw the machete, just like, it's like taped to his hoof. But like, you don't see tape or anything. It just looks like the machete's on his hoof. I just lost it. I was like,
funny.
oh my god.
That's one of the ones we had to play back a couple times.
Yeah, because I saw the machete and then I like blinked and I was like, wait, how
All,
is
like
he
the
dead?
effect going into the dude's head is so good.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
like bonk.
Thunk.
There's a couple times where somebody gets hit with something that it's obviously like that shit where they record it in reverse so
my
that when they
God.
play it forward it looks like it's like going into their head. It rules. It's pretty. Like the
It's pretty
effects in this
advanced.
movie are pretty awesome because they're
Pretty
like
Yeah.
advanced and high tech.
yeah, very high tech.
This movie is very.
This is
ahead
the
of its
Avengers
time.
Endgame of horror movies.
When is this movie made?
2016.
Oh, it is ahead of its time.
Yeah, for sure.
We haven't understood this. We haven't learned enough
You-
to appreciate this movie yet.
You're then introduced to who I referred to in my notes as mascot guy, who
I
you
thought
find out
mascot.
as Cowboy Cool.
Yeah, I was calling him mascot.
Yeah, right. Because you don't find out he's Cowboy Cool until like the last 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
He is.
What a sick name.
It's pretty fucking awesome. He is another perfect character.
Yeah.
And I
Yes.
feel like you could pull off Cowboy Cool.
Me?
That's my Halloween costume for sure.
Like,
2020.
have any of you seen the movie Frank?
Yes.
Yes, that's like all
Oh,
I think
yeah.
about when like he was on screen. I just wanted him to start playing like a fucking
It
instrument.
reminded me of in Pete and Pete, that episode with Mr. Softy.
Yeah, Mr. Son.
when they chased the ice cream man, he reminded me of Mr. Softy.
God, that'd be a fucking perfect character for a horror movie.
That's exactly that's what I thought of. Like the pretty.
I was
Fairy
gonna
Mascot
say,
was the
like,
same
I
kind of
remember thinking that the episode was, like, creepy when I was younger.
thing. Every Pete and Pete episode was creepy though. I feel like that was the point, right? Like they all had like a weird,
Nickelodeon,
creepy vibe.
Release season 2 of Pete and Pete on DVD.
You coward.
Yeah.
Pete and Pete is like a New Jersey legacy, by the way. 'Cause
Oh.
little Pete lives in New Jersey, and he bought me a beer at a bar once.
Nice.
Long after Pete and Pete.
well,
everybody
that's
watched
good
Pete
to
and Pete. Yeah, he was on Pete
In
and
third
Pete at the
grade, he
time.
bought me a beer at a bar.
He was like 11, like, here you go, toots.
I mean, I feel
Do
like
you do you know that Artie from that show voices Cotton Hill?
what? Artie, the
Artie.
strongest man in the world?
Yeah, he voices Cotton Hill.
Yep.
Oh my god. I'm gonna start a Pete and Pete podcast.
You're not gonna get very far because the
can
only
we
thing
all
you
be
get
on
find
it?
is the first season.
Wow.
I'm gonna start a Hey Dude podcast to compete with it.
Oh my god.
Oh, I want to be on that one too.
I had the biggest crush on Brad when I was little from Hey Dude.
Hey
Is that his
Dude
name?
and
Hey,
Salute Your Shorts.
dude.
Salute Your Shorts was okay.
And
Yeah, I like that one. Was one of my favorites. I liked that one more than Hey Dude, to
I
be
liked
honest.
Hey Dude. Yeah, Salute Your Shorts was good. What was the other one?
Welcome to Nickelodeon 90s cast.
Anything to fucking not talk about what's
No,
happening.
we gotta get to the sex scene.
Alright.
That's all I care about in life right now.
Alright, well wait, so the
Goodness.
mascot like knows what's happening,
Yes,
right?
he is there to
Yeah.
watch over
He's
Duke
like,
because
he knows what Duke is doing.
he knows that Duke is a Nazi trapped in this horse.
Yeah, what?
Beautiful Nazi Mustang.
She must do.
I just have a note like that just says Duke is old Nazi ghost ?
Yeah, I just literally missed that part. And at the end, when he called him a Nazi, I thought he was just like insulting him. You know, like you fucking Nazi. But apparently,
I do love that he hides his gun in a ball pit.
Oh my god.
And
Just
it's like
in a
the case
briefcase.
is like clearly visible.
Yeah,
Like
This is a very good amusement park.
it's terrible. It's a creepy amusement park.
There was an amusement park where I live that Shane, previous guest on this show, knows all about, called Americana. That was super terrible, and I think Shane worked there at one point in his life. That,
oh
like,
my god.
He probably was working there as it was shutting down, and I went, like, my dad's old work gave like a bunch of the employees like passes to it as it was on its like last legs.
Oh god.
And I remember going there and there was nobody there. It was like half the shit we basically could just sit and ride for hours because there was nobody there.
That's weird.
Like the one fucking roller coaster, and then you could just go play like putt-putt golf, but it was an amusement park.
Ooh.
It was awesome.
You mean mini golf?
Now I'm pretty sure it is literally just like they just turned it into like a weird lake that you could just drive around boats and shit on. 'Cause-
Like
a normal lake?
bumper boats,
Where
or
you-
like
well, no, like because like there's lakes that are like
Normal
you know small. Like this is like big ass boats.
like those paddle boats, like swans.
No, like boats.
Oh, I want to do the swans.
Well, that's not New Jersey.
What?
Fucking
This is not New
There's
Jersey.
fucking paddle boats at Asbury
In Asbury
Park.
Park?
Yeah.
Well, you're not invited. I'm gonna do them without you.
That's fine.
Um,
I'm never getting on water ever. So
I'm gonna force you into one and not get in it with you.
lose my mind unless there's a sand dolls in it.
It's literally on like
Just
a
like
channel.
push him out.
It's not even. It's on like this little non-existent like it's a channel. It's not even like a lake. It's
I
like-
will take 5 big gulps and float down to the bottom, and
What?
I don't
It's
want to be
very
in the water.
dramatic.
Fuck that.
All right.
The
Anyway,
ocean and
let's
water
get back
is a
to
nightmare.
this.
You give one of those fucking like fish with the fucking light on its forehead is gonna eat me.
That's at the bottom of the
Fuck
ocean.
that.
An
in the
anglerfish-
channel in New Jersey.
Yeah,
Yes.
an anglerfish is like at the deepest part of the
Who knows
ocean.
what's out there?
Yeah, you don't know.
I mean, you don't know. That's true. You literally don't. Anything
find
can be in
out.
water.
Yep.
True.
Yeah, so Duke is a Nazi.
A good way to come back.
Yes.
So anyway,
Oh, then
Duke is a Nazi.
Then there's a picnic, right? Is that?
Yeah, but first
No.
there's like Lori and Larry are arguing in the
Oh.
car about going to like the party, and he's just like, Lori's like, you know, Mom's got to go to work, Dad had to go out and run some errands, and Larry's like, Dad's been gone for 8 years, and she's like, they're important errands.
Yeah, it's sad.
He's gonna come back.
He's coming back.
And then you cut to this couple on a picnic.
Ugh.
Okay, can I stop you for
I
a
hate this
second?
couple.
No.
Because, well, I'm doing it anyway. Because I like lost my fucking mind when I was watching this. So I'm like sitting there, yeah. So there's like a couple, and they're like having a picnic, and I looked at the dude, and I was like, that guy looks really familiar.
Oh.
And I was like, what the fuck is that Ben from Neon Brainiacs, which is this other horror podcast, which is like so crazy. So then I like looked it up, and it is him. But I had already pre-written, like, once we got to whatever we were going to recommend, I literally already was going to recommend Neon Brainiacs because I just caught up to it. And it just was, like, another crazy, like, what is happening to me moment. So I was, like, tripping.
This seems suspicious, and I don't trust you. I think you're gonna jump ship to another podcast.
Uh-oh.
bye. No, so I just had a moment. I was like, I was like, he looks really familiar. I was like, there's no way that this is this guy from whatever, and it totally is, which it just like blew my freaking mind. So, anyways, I just
it's like a vortex. This movie is like.
Ask him if he knows Sarah and if she'll come on the podcast.
Ask him if he.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't even. I was gonna say something about Duke, but I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, can Duke
ask
come
him
on the
if
podcast?
we can
No.
have Duke.
Please
Bring
don't.
Duke. Ben, do you know Duke? Do you have his number? Can you call him up?
In your closet?
Can you imagine opening
That would
it?
be amazing.
Okay, we'll get to that later. So yeah, there's
Okay,
this
so anyways,
couple
yeah,
on a picnic that are, I don't know, talking about some bullshit and see Duke off in the distance, and the woman is just like, "Oh, did you get me that?" Is like,
I was like, in all caps, I wrote, "Why would someone buy someone a carousel horse? I'd break up with them immediately." Like, why would you just be like, "Oh, did you get me that carousel horse?" Like, what? There's no context. You're in the middle of a field.
I gotta figure out what I'm gonna get you for your birthday next year now.
Don't fucking get me a carousel
Oops.
horse. He's like, "Oh, I had
Well-
one last Christmas present, but I guess not."
Yeah. Just giant fucking carousel horse, like wrapped in wrapping
When I
paper
get
in the
home,
house.
it's like on my front steps.
That is the best.
Oh.
One year for Christmas, Chris got me it's like a weird velociraptor stuffed animal, and it's like
Yeah, from
literally
Whole
the same
Foods.
size as me. So yeah,
I
so
see
like
them all the time.
I would totally be the kind of person who would think I would get a carousel horse.
I'm gonna make sure you get one now just from this movie,
In
but
a
it's gonna look
field.
just like Duke.
Ugh.
I'm gonna look him up on eBay.
It's gonna expect you to have its baby.
We set up a Patreon to get
Get Katie
some
a
money
Duke.
and get Katie a Duke.
Please.
So this,
Going on
I
eBay
see
right
one
now.
for $300.
Oh.
I'm just
That's
saying.
nothing.
well, is it buy now or is it getting bids on it?
You know they're all haunted if you get one.
They're all Nazis.
Oh, this one's even better because it's like a Christmas one. $510.
Think about the
That's
situation
definitely
that has
haunted.
to happen
That's
for a
haunted as shit.
carousel to be taken out of a place. Like, that's like some haunted boardwalk shit. You know?
Here's
Someone
one.
died on it.
Yeah.
Here's one that's a seahorse, you guys.
Ooh.
CarousHell's coming to life.
Carousel. Seahorse
If that's
could
not
definitely
the
star in
sequel to this
Carousel.
movie, I'm gonna be so angry.
We should. I mean, I hope they listen to this and hear it because CarousHell taking
Steve.
place in the ocean would be amazing, or at the boardwalk would be amazing.
Steve, make that movie
Yeah.
and then let
Steve,
us
are
be,
you
Come on,
listening?
man.
let one of us be
Hello,
the podcast
Steve.
person in the movie.
I know they when Hurricane Sandy happened in New Jersey, the seaside boardwalk was like part of it was destroyed, and they took the carousel was destroyed, and it was there for like 100 years or some shit. And I don't know if they put in a new one or they took it out, but like I'm pretty sure those were for sale or are for sale. So I could look into that. Those are definitely haunted because they were like in the ocean.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not dealing with
yeah, it
that.
just means a fucking anglerfish is gonna pop out of one of
They're
them.
definitely filled with anglerfish.
Anglerfish ghosts.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, and they glow in the dark at you.
So, this woman thinks this is her gift, and the dude's just like, yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
got you
pretends
this.
he did.
And he walks over to Duke and, like, puts his hand on it, and Duke says, "Get your hand off me, motherfucker."
And he's like, we need to
We
go.
gotta
yeah,
go.
the guy's like, we gotta go, and goes to, like, run off and gets a bunch of throwing stars in the back.
The throwing stars are great because where was he keeping them and how did he throw them?
Magic.
Right?
Like, I wanted to see a hoof, like, throw one. That would have been great. Yeah, the throwing stars were interesting.
It rules. Like, yeah, he gets a bunch of throwing stars to the back, and then the woman goes to, like, flee and, like, goes and runs and hides behind a tree in what I can only describe as the, like, worst shot part of this movie because it's shot at night, but there's, like, no light to it, so you can't see any of it. But,
As opposed to the rest of the movie where it's very bright
Yeah.
for some
Where's
reason.
impeccably shot?
like, you could tell they were shooting this scene, like, at dusk, and then it just kept getting darker, but they had to get the shots.
Yeah.
But she hides behind a tree, which Duke then wraps piano wire around her neck.
Yeah, he mafia style kills her.
Fucking Sopranos her right in the neck.
Sopranos.
And then,
Now
so
you can
now
have
you
a
can have a
picnic.
picnic in hell.
In hell.
No.
I was like, there's there's also like a lot of like horse puns that he makes, right?
No, everybody else is making horse
he's making
puns.
okay.
Well, Sarah
Well,
specifically.
Yeah, this part was really funny to me because he says that and he's just like, I really need to.
Oh,
He's like, I
need a
just
new
said that like
catchphrase."
3
Yeah,
times.
so I said that like
I need
3
to come
times
up
in
with
30
something
minutes.
different.
You got to Lori and Larry arriving at this party.
That's what it was, the horse puns.
And then you're introduced to Sarah,
Oh.
who is the greatest.
She's like, look at you, you little colt. Like, she's all creepy.
She's
Yeah.
the best.
I was really confused in the beginning. I was like, friend makes horse puns? Question mark? Like, why?
Well, she had
and then
like
it
the
makes sense.
pony shirt on, and I was like, oh, she's that kind of person.
I mean, it is like it does take
Just knew.
a while for them to like have her talk about being into like whatever this fucking.
But yeah, she just made
My Little
all
Pony
those. She was
show
like,
is.
"Oh, that's a real like neigh or something." I don't know. She just like said like really weird horse shit.
You were also.
It's called My Tiny Uni.
My tiny uni, yeah, which was like, ugh.
You're also introduced to Preston,
Preston,
who is trading beads to get flashed.
dude giving bees to women to flash him. Yeah, but he's like, "Let me see those titties." Like the way he says it, it's like terrible.
Delivers the best line of the whole movie when he tries to get Lori to flash him, and she says no, and she says, "I'd have to be way more drunk for that." And he's like, "So you're saying still open to it?" And then it's like, pulls out his phone and he's like, "Set a reminder for 45 minutes to see Lori's titties."
God.
Damn it.
It's so good.
And he has like 2 shirts on, which later switch inexplicably. His first layer becomes his second layer. Did you notice that at one point? Like,
I just noticed that at some point he had a pink one on.
well, yeah,
but-
it was purple with a pink one underneath, and then at some point he has the pink one on and the purple one underneath. I was like, what happened?
Set a reminder for 45 minutes to see Lori's titties is the best line of this movie.
I'm gonna put that on my phone.
And then you're introduced to the weird French brother and sister
The French siblings.
that are fucking.
The brother sounds German, and they're probably incestuous.
No,
We find out they are.
Not even probably.
Well, at that point,
Yeah.
they were like nodding to.
You also find out that they're from Canada.
that they're Quebecois. They're not actually French. Yeah,
Did Rob Zombie direct this movie?
I think he
that's
did.
what I'm saying. There's so much incest in it.
I think this is probably actually his brother from Power Man 5000.
Oh my God, that's Preston.
Fucking Spider from PM
The
5K.
head, right? The hair on the
Yeah.
head. That's
The
something
fucking
else.
Guy Fieri hair.
He has that Guy Fieri eraser head mix.
We need to make a movie with Guy Fieri in it.
We've been watching a lot of Guys Grocery Games this weekend, guys. So.
Pretty much
He's
what
on
I'm
our
always watching.
minds.
Yeah, this weird fucking brother sister thing. Just I hate all of it. But Sarah offers to make them a wine and cheese plate that is literally slices of American cheese with crackers.
And like some weird, what's the wine
I
called?
forgot to
wrote
write down what it was.
I've said it, but
Okay.
I didn't write it down.
Because it is another one of when I first was looking at it, I was like, this is really weird. I didn't get the label either, but then I was looking through the other movies that Steve directs, and it's one of them is Captain Z and the Terror of the Leviathan, and it was a
Oh,
rip
yeah.
off of that.
Oh, that makes sense.
And
Yeah,
I
it was
was
like
like,
Captain something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's just some shitty like rosé looking wine.
Well, these French people are having none of it, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll take this," and just start scooping it all in the trash and pouring the wine out. Which then Larry walks in and eats a slice of cheese out of the trash.
out of the garbage can. He's like, whoa.
He's the fucking George.
Gross.
He's the George Costanza of this movie.
Don't even insult George Costanza like that ever. You know I
mean-
love George Costanza. Nathan called me George yesterday because I had a gigantic coat on. I was knocking stuff down in the
Yeah.
grocery store.
Was it Gore-Tex at least?
I just ripped the headphone out of Nathan's ear. I laughed. and I
No
moved
more
my whole
podcast for
body.
you, Nathan.
My next note is just Preston breast cancer joke. Yikes!
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Ooh.
I don't remember what it was.
I
and
missed
I
that.
Oh, he was like, the girlfriend, Sarah, comes. She's like, how many breasts have you seen? And he's
Oh,
like,
he says
7. And she's like, how is that possible? How'd you get that number? And he's like, we shouldn't be, mocking so-and-so's mastectomy. And I was like, ew! Like, what the... Like, not ew, but, like,
I
ew,
mean,
why would you bring that up
Yeah,
as
yeah,
a
yeah.
joke?
It
Like,
is
I missed
I don't know,
that.
Paul hates
Gross.
it too. Hi, Paul.
probably the least terrible joke we've had in any of the
Yeah,
movies we've watched.
I mean, yeah, it was just, like, really unnecessary. It was like, oh, well, I saw 7 titties.
Still better than the whole of Evil Within.
Ooh.
I put Preston is the host's boyfriend and their unicorn stands.
Yeah, my next note is just Preston is brony
I
corn.
wrote in all caps, brony corn.
Yeah, Bronicorn.
Which I guess
I didn't know
like a
his
brony.
name at this point.
Like,
At this
but,
point, I was calling him Dude
like,
Bro.
Dude, bro. Bead guy. I
like,
had.
can you
I
get
said-
sued for saying brony? Like,
No, I think they just were trying to make it like, oh, it's a unicorn version of a brony, you know?
Yeah, because My Little Pony, they're like not. It's they're ponies, so I think they were just doing a play off of
Yeah.
it. You definitely can't because it's not like the show like coins bronies.
Yeah, like, I think they could
Bronies
get
made up
sued.
brony.
Yeah, if they said it was My Little Pony, maybe.
the fucking, like, the term uni just makes me think it's a college, and I hate
Uni,
it.
yeah, like British people talk that way about college.
I
so-
just-
Yeah,
and I've been
that
watching
was, like,
a lot
weird.
of Love Island still,
just
so
saw- I
I'm in
just-
British land.
Just saw one of my notes coming up, and I hate
Oh,
it.
no. What? Mine is,
No, we'll get
Okay.
to it. So, yeah, it's Sarah essentially just outs Preston as a brony corn. And
Yeah, it's the
everybody
whole
laughs
party.
at him, and he loses his goddamn mind.
yeah,
And you get a quick scene of Cowboy Cool on the Trail of Duke.
finds a trail of Duke.
Duke arrives at this house the party's at, where there's two dudes outside.
I don't know.
Oh, wait,
Horse
no,
goes to
not
the
yet.
horse goes to the party.
no.
No,
This is
yeah,
this
we're
is a
not-
different part.
He's like, I think at the house, but there's some other
Yeah, he's
guy that comes out
outside.
because he's like delivering a monologue, and the dude is just like, "Are you a talking carousel
Yeah, that's
horse?"
right. Yeah.
And he just kicks this dude's head straight in half
Kicks
like
him
it's
in the
fucking from fucking Victor Crowley from Hatchet.
It splits open like in Beetlejuice, like when what's his name, Alec Baldwin's like head when he pulls it open. That's what it reminded me of.
There's a scene in the movie Hatchet, like the first person that, like, I think the first person gets killed, where the guy Victor Crowley comes out and he grabs the lady's head
Yeah,
by her
he
jaws and
splits
splits it in half. That's like all it reminded me of.
It was so wacky.
It rules. It's so good, and it happens like so quick that
Yeah,
it's just like
it's
what
just
the
like-
fuck.
Yeah, it was just like the guy heard him say like he needed to kill the kid, and he just like fucking killed the dude.
It's fucking.
This was the part I had to like pause it because I was like wheezing. Hey, are you a talking carousel horse?
Was it Joe's the pizza guy?
Yeah.
Because I just kept referring to him as Pizza Guy. So Joe shows up from Pete's Pizza, who was voted 42nd best pizza in the county.
Pretty good.
Yeah, they're
Not
fucking
bad.
killing it.
I mean,
There's pizza all over the place. 42.
Like, he,
They
like,
got pretty good prices too.
yeah, $13.99.
$13.99 for a deep dish, including 2 toppings.
I don't
It's pretty good.
I think that's good, actually. I think you can get Pizza Hut for like $8.
Well, yeah,
for,
but this
2
is like a
toppings.
homemade pizza plate, like a pizza.
Also, pizza in California is like $30, so
I mean, I'm from like a really small Italian town in North Jersey, so like pizza is like everywhere, and I feel like competitive prices are all around up there.
Look, we got a pizza and garlic bread today for like $20. So.
Yeah, and it was
Ew.
vegan, so it was really good.
I saw that. I was pretty jealous. I'm gonna have pizza later, but it's Tombstone.
Katie, that's a movie, not a pizza.
Oh my god, I love that movie. I really do. It's terrible, but I love it.
So, yeah, Joe shows up and delivers a pizza, and then you get a quick scene of Preston coming downstairs and hits on a woman who I think's name is Foxy.
He
what
calls
he
her
keeps calling
Foxy
her.
Brown, and I thought it was just like I don't know if he was just being like racist.
Yeah, I don't
or if
know.
it's actually
I forgot
her
to look
name.
up if that's what her character's
Yeah.
name was,
She's
but
she is credited as Foxy,
Okay.
but yeah.
she throws a full pot of coffee in his face,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
Joe
there's
fucking
just-
melts down
But
about.
also, there's just a pot of coffee brewing in the hallway.
Right? Like right in the foyer?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like in the entryway, there's just a fucking coffee pot brewing. Yeah, Joe flips
Listen
the fuck
though,
out.
I stan a queen.
Yeah, yeah, I would have done the same fucking thing.
Paul, what are you doing? Get out of the trash.
Paul's trying to get in this podcast.
So this was my next note that I hate is hashtag gonna hit on the pizza guy, hashtag hot bitch.
Oh, yeah, hashtag hot bitch is my favorite.
We watched an episode of Guys Grocery Games before we watched this movie that was all bloggers, like food bloggers, and then they kept using hashtags in their dialogue.
So it's,
Oh my
it's over.
God,
Like,
no.
Like, hashtag like cantellini beans or fucking whatever.
It was like, yeah, hashtag tacos with no meat.
I've heard the word hashtag more times a day than I have in the last like decade.
Can we talk about the things she says to the pizza guy?
Yeah, I just said so. Lori comes out, and even though she has a boyfriend, is immediately just like, "I'm gonna fuck this pizza guy," and it's the fucking perfect line that she's like, she does the dumb fucking like, "Oh, you got a pizza with sausage in there," which Joe thinks she wants penis pizza.
No, and then he goes, "What?" And she goes, "I mean your penis."
And he's like,
You want some pizza with my penis
"You want
on
pizza
it?
with my penis on it? That's against the health violation or something." Like,
"Oh, it's so good."
I said, why does the sister go for such ugly, plain dudes? Like, she has two, like, boring-ass dude boyfriends.
The quote, "You can stuff my crust."
You can, yeah, after we play, you can stuff my crust, she said to him.
Perfect.
And because she asked him to play Never
like,
Have I Ever.
No one ordered stuffed crust either. He's just like totally
he's
clueless
like
the whole
oblivious.
time.
It seems like he's not into it, but it seems like he's just like all he's focused on is like getting his $42 or whatever.
42.39 or whatever.
Yeah. And they play Never Have I Ever with everyone at the party, which now suddenly there's like people at the party like there weren't before.
Yeah, before I was like, wow, cool party with 4 people at
three people
it.
with the brony and like his girlfriend.
There's still only like 8 people there.
Yeah, it's not a big party, but it's
I say there's
essential.
like at least 3 people that you were never introduced to.
Yeah. Can we talk about the thing that Lori says as her Never Have I Ever?
I literally, my whole note for that whole scene is
She
this
says,
game is the worst.
Never have I ever not let a pizza guy fuck me in the ass.
Oh, on the first date or whatever.
And I was just like, wow, subtle. Like,
The only one that and then Foxy puts a finger down, by the way.
ew.
The only one I wrote that Pierre says, "Never have I ever killed a man in cold blood," and someone puts his finger down and drinks, and like nobody says anything.
Yeah, the guy standing in the
good.
corner. It's so weird.
Oh, wait, is that the guy that comes back later?
Yeah,
That's
it
like the
says-
serial
yeah.
killer or whatever?
Yeah.
He just like
I
randomly.
was like, where did this guy come from? But yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense now.
So yeah, they
I also like there was the one guy gets pissed and he's like, "Well, never have I ever fucked my sibling," and the 2 French people put their finger down.
yeah, it's really gross.
Yeah, then he like loses his fucking mind.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what happened? Son?
I just my next note is about like the pizza guy finally just says like, "I need my goddamn money."
Oh yeah, I said dude punches Brony in the face.
Yeah, there's like the weird jock dude that like
Yeah.
goes running off to get like a drink or something. Oh, because he loses.
That's right.
And he goes to get a drink, and Preston comes like out, and he's like, "Are you that guy that's that brony corn?" And he's just like, "I guess," and he just like punches him right in the fucking mouth.
And then when Preston is like, "Who let this man in my house? Why is this happening to me?"
As if, what the fuck is happening at this party?
And then Lori's hitting on him again, right?
Is
Is
it
that
the
Mac?
other fucking
No.
perfect line
Oh
of
my
hand
God.
toss my tits and bone my calzone?
Bone my calzone is the best thing I've ever heard in my life.
I love that. Hand toss my tits.
Hand toss my tits and bone my calzone. I'm gonna tell Nathan
This is
that
some
all the
fucking
time.
perfect dialogue.
It's so crazy. It's like it went from like horse puns to like pizza puns. Like
I think like after all that shit is when Duke arrives at the party.
Duke
and
is
like
still outside of the party.
Yeah, like the 2 dudes are outside and they're just like they make the one guy makes a wish that like that he loves his friend so much that they die together.
Yeah.
And so Duke like stabs both of them with a fucking lawn flamingo.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, it's a unicorn. We gotta make a wish. And he disembowels them. He doesn't just stab them. They're like intestines falling
The
out.
fucking weapons they give Duke are so fucking like crazy.
What I don't understand is why doesn't Duke just float into the party? Like, I know he's like,
Because they can't afford that CGI.
He's like, oh, I'm just gonna hang outside. It's like he's managed to make his way all the way across town. Like, now he's struggling. I don't know.
Well, he was like,
budget.
Yeah.
yeah, he was like, well, I can't just
Well,
bust in there because then the kid might run.
Oh, yeah,
so
there's,
he's like
like,
trying to
enough people,
sneak
yeah.
in.
Well, but also,
And I think,
it comes up later, like, he can't open the doors. Like, he gets, like, he's in
Yeah,
that
he
one
can't.
room.
Oh, yeah,
like,
because of his hoof.
yeah. But yeah,
which like pinch that together. Just pinch them together,
Use your
bro.
hooves.
he
Or
does
use your
say,
mouth.
he does say, like, I can't just bust in, there's too many people or
Yeah.
whatever.
But then he rings the doorbell.
Oh my god,
Right?
okay, can we talk about later when he's dressed up as a pizza guy?
Oh my god, I love it so much.
Oh, it's so good.
I loved that. Hashtag no.
So, Larry, I don't even know why I wrote this down, but it made me laugh that Larry makes a sandwich that is just 2 pizza slices as bread and American cheese in the middle.
And he's like, pizza, cheese, sandwich.
Yeah, he's like, hey Preston, want some of this cheese pizza sandwich? And Preston's like, what the fuck?
Gonna make some of that later.
Yes.
Sounds delightful.
So, Duke rings the doorbell, and Sarah answers it and is stoked on life.
She gets turned on by him, like, instantly.
And then you get maybe my favorite scene of the whole movie, which is the montage of them partying with
God,
Duke with a song playing with fucking horse puns throughout the entire thing.
Yeah,
It's the My Tiny Uni theme song.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna try and put it in this episode because it's fucking perfect.
Oh my god, yes.
They
show
It's
him
hilarious.
partying. At one point, they show him with a fucking permanent marker taped to his hoof, and he's writing on the face of a dude who passed
He draws
out.
a dick on someone's face. It rules.
Like someone passed out and they're drawing on him, but it's Duke with a marker on his hoof.
That's so good.
My favorite pictures are the ones with like Joe the pizza guy in it because he's just like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. I just put Sarah wants to fuck the carousel horse.
Yeah, so eventually after this montage, Preston convinces this pizza guy to help him take Duke upstairs, and he'll finally give him the fucking $42.39 plus tip.
After Duke throws up in the toilet.
Yeah, well, part of the montage is Duke getting drunk and throwing up. So he helps carry Duke upstairs, and then Preston again is like, oh, well, just go downstairs and wait. I gotta go find the money or whatever. And that's when Sarah starts walking upstairs and is like stopped by Lori and the pizza guy. And she's like, I just gotta go upstairs and check on something. And goes upstairs and immediately starts fucking flirting with Duke.
She calls him the sturdiest stud she's ever seen.
It's
My next
so
note.
good.
That was so terrible.
I think there's a scene too, like before that, where Preston gets tased by Foxy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He's like, who brings a taser to a party? Literally, everyone should bring a
I
taser
was like,
to the
me,
party.
I do that
Yeah.
shit. I bring a taser everywhere I'm allowed to bring a taser.
So Sarah starts talking to Duke and jerking off his horn.
Jerking off Duke's horn. That's what I
and
put.
strips for him.
Gets naked for horse. That's what
And my next note is, why don't you treat my tits like a salt lick? And then my
She
note
starts
after
making out with its terrible horse mouth.
my note after that is, give Sarah an Oscar.
I wrote the horse fucks her.
I'm gonna clock
Yeah.
you so hard.
Oh my god.
Say what
Like-
you will, he was committed to this.
This is
Yeah.
She
hold on.
was.
This is like my 5 or 6 notes in a row is Sarah jerking off Duke's horn and strips for him. Why don't you treat my tits like a salt lick? Give Sarah an Oscar. I'm gonna clop you so hard. This is the best movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, I wrote Hoof
Love you
slaps
so
her butt. Hoof slaps her butt.
Eventually, like she's like just like
This is,
trying
like, all
to get Duke
different
to fuck her, and then
poses.
Duke just like, all right, this isn't what I came here for, but all right, and then they do like a fucking Team America fucking montage of just Duke fucking the
Yes.
shit out of
All
her.
these different
That's
fucking
like-
sex positions.
That's like literally what it reminded me of because he's just like a plastic prop.
Yeah, and it was just like position by position.
So Kit tweeted something because Kit watched this like Monday,
Yeah.
and I screenshot that tweet, posted it on our Instagram, which I believe is now like the most likes we've ever gotten on a post. It's just
Jeez.
something like
It's not
nobody
just
tells
funny.
you when you start a podcast that you'll eventually watch a movie about a carousel horse that goes down on a woman or something.
Yeah.
Even like having read that you said that,
Still
I
wasn't
was not prepared
I wasn't
for
prepared
what
for it.
happened.
No.
It is.
Especially because he was like eating her pussy and she's just like jerking him off by the horn like while he's doing it. It was so
It's
gross.
So
It was
awesome.
so disgusting in his like horse mouth. I can't.
I would
She's like
say
rubbing his horn.
80% of watching this movie with Caitlin was just ew. Ew. No.
Just me going, no.
This fucking whole scene is amazing. And she deserves all of the awards.
I mean,
Everybody's got to
Yes.
be. Everyone's like, "Oh, give Toni Collette for Hereditary." Fuck this. She didn't
No.
fuck a carousel horse.
this was a couple years ago, so.
This actress.
Could you imagine like reading the script and being like, and then Sarah does it with like, and then she's just like, I can do that.
Well,
That seems
This is
easy."
something I'm capable
But
of handling.
this is the thing though. Like, she didn't play it as like goofy either. Like she
She
went
was
for
into
it.
it,
She
yeah.
like she
Yes.
did not. I don't know. I mean, like
Maybe
it's dumb,
she was
but
like method acting.
no, I would say. I mean, like,
Not her first rodeo.
It's extremely dumb, but she definitely
Oh my God,
like. She was
kid.
like, "No, this is serious. I gotta fucking. I'm an actor."
Which like, the rest of her acting, to be fair, was not the best. So
This whole movie should have just been a fucking porn with just her and
Ugh. No,
just
thank
That's
you.
okay. I pass on
cinematic
that.
Yeah.
softcore porn.
No, thank you. I'm just glad the
Yes.
horn didn't go where I thought it was gonna go. So.
Yes, it should.
oh, me neither. Because like I said, when I first saw
Yeah,
it,
I
I
was
was
like, oh, I
thinking
know what
Jack
it's gonna
Frost,
do.
and I was like, I know what happens.
Yeah, I thought that
Here.
was how the sex was gonna happen. I'm just glad it didn't.
I appreciate they didn't take the like easy route.
Easy.
They didn't go for the obvious.
I mean,
Yeah.
I did.
The-
The fucking hoof slapping her on the ass. Is
The
fucking
hoof
perfect.
smacking the ass was like the best fucking thing I've ever seen.
Gonna clop you so hard.
It's like, boom, like it was just.
I'm gonna clop you so hard on my tombstone
Oh my god.
pizza. My tombstone pizza.
Tombstone pizza.
Matching tattoos.
So, after they get done fucking, Sarah is like crying and upset, and she blames Duke for cheating on her boyfriend. Which Duke is just like, look, like you literally said with words that you wanted to fuck me.
Yeah, but he's like real extra creepy about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a Nazi.
He's like, you told me to put my penis in your
but
vagina.
he
Like,
also-
ew, get out of here, you fucking horse.
He then
Like, ugh.
pummels the shit out of her with his hoofs.
Yeah, he stomps her to. He clops her to death.
He literally does.
And she just gets these instant bruises from his giant hoof.
And then he has to sit and wait at the door for someone to come in the room because he can't get out.
Yeah,
which is
he's like,
fucking funny.
how about this to get out of here?
Did you mention also that he was taking pictures of her when she
Oh,
was
no,
crying?
Yeah.
He was like taking a photo. Like it was really
I
weird.
may have been taking
That was
notes.
kind of weird.
Yeah, he had like an old school like digital camera and was like taking pictures of her. It was really creepy.
Eventually, the Canadian siblings show up to go fuck in this room.
Yeah, they
and
make out. The Quebecois.
the fucking craziest makeout scene I've ever seen.
It's disgusting.
They have like her lipstick all over their faces.
Yeah, like all over. Like they were kissing each
And that-
other's noses.
That angry guy's like, dude, gross. But you gave us hockey, so do you?
Yeah.
He just walks away.
Ugh.
Like, they open the door and Duke just kills both of them with his horn.
Well, he stabs
no,
the
yeah,
dude,
he
and then
stabs the
he
dude and-
rips the neck skin like off of
Yeah.
her. He just like rips the skin off the front of her neck. It's really crazy.
At this point, Preston sees Duke and like the fucking Canadian woman dead and like freaks out and runs downstairs and tries to warn everybody, which is another one in our streak of movies of fucking somebody trying to warn everybody about the craziest possible thing happening, and obviously they don't believe them.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
At least they did like a fucking. They had a fucking stupid but fun spin on like calling 911 in this movie. So, like after Preston's like downstairs freaking out about Duke, the pizza guy loses his goddamn mind on everybody.
Yeah.
eventually, like he starts screaming at everybody, and Preston is shot through the chest with an arrow by Duke, who just has a bow wrapped around his head.
Like from the back, but it goes into the front of him. Yeah.
This is my favorite because they just like leaned Duke against like a doorway, and then he just has like a bow around his head.
It's so good. It's a fucking another one of just like a perfect fucking dumb weapon for this horse to use.
Yeah, just like really fucking stupid.
And then the jock dude walks up and punches Duke in the face to no effect.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
Duke
god, though.
smashes him, right?
What one of my favorite parts though is that like so Duke starts like shooting the arrows at all the people in the party, and people are like running and screaming, and the jock guy just like punches the arrow out of the air.
Oh, yeah.
And he's just like, "What, dude?" I was like, "Oh my god."
He's the Green Arrow. What do you expect?
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah, and then like the jock dude like punches Duke in the face, and then Duke just kicks his face in.
Yeah, he just smashes him.
This was my favorite because the actor like closes his eyes, and then they very obviously like replace him with a dummy that has its eyes closed,
silly.
and then his face just gets kicked in with the.
It's crazy.
And then that's when like the serial killer that's just been like in the room the whole
Oh,
time
yeah.
is mad. And he's like, I've been stalking these kids for weeks.
Yeah, I've been trying to kill these kids for weeks.
And Duke's just like, oh, my bad. Hey, can I borrow that axe? And he's like, okay, and just axes him in the fucking head.
And he calls him a jackaxe.
Perfect.
God damn,
I
this
was
is
like,
Perfect
"Whoa."
dialogue.
To
Amazing
all the
movie.
puns. You jackaxe. I was like, no.
Like Lori and Joe go running off to get Larry, which Duke confronts all of them.
Horse finds
And
them in the kitchen.
He starts yelling at them about, he's like,
Yeah.
you guys treated me like shit. You were wiping your fucking snot on me and kicking
Yeah, he's
me
like talking
and-
about how kids are gross and sticky, and I'm like, same.
Yeah. And Joe the pizza guy eventually runs up and just like hits Duke, and they like knocks him over, and they just go running off. And they get to another fucking perfect scene.
Oh my god.
They get to the Joe's car, and it won't start, and Duke is standing outside with a spark plug in his mouth.
He's just like, look at me. It's so funny.
Oh god, this is a fucking perfect movie.
Oh my god.
10 out of 10.
And then somehow Lori realizes that she has Mace, and Mace, right? Like, all of a sudden.
Yeah, the Joe is just like, well, why can't we just give Larry to him? Like, he's
Yeah.
just like, fuck this kid.
That was right.
Yeah, he's like,
that's
"Just
what he
give him to
wants.
brother."
Just give him to him.
Lori's just like fuck this. It goes out and maces Duke, and Duke is like, oh, it hurts so bad because I can't blink.
I can't blink. Yeah, it actually works, which is like weird.
Joe's like, I can't believe that worked.
Yeah.
Oh.
And of course they go running back into the house, and they
I
start.
know.
There's like a montage of them barricading and like shutting all the windows and doors,
And like,
and then like the blinds, and,
and
they
like
shut a
the
toilet.
air vents and shit.
One like
Lori says, #horror movie.
Yeah.
Lori literally puts like a throw pillow in front of the like a door to barricade them
Yeah,
in.
it's really stupid.
She puts a tissue over a picture
Yeah.
for some reason.
Oh, I thought that was like an air vent. Yeah, she's just like weird shit.
Joe, like, she's like, well, not tweeting because God forbid they get sued. She's chirping or cheeping or fucking whatever it was, and he's just
Twooting.
Joe's just like, okay, well, like, let's call 911, and she's like, I don't have a phone, and he's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, he's like, are you serious? Like, you're holding a phone, and she's like, this is a social media tool.
Yeah.
And has
Like,
to
my
explain.
mom took away my phone privileges or something.
Yeah, she explains that like she's like her mom won't let her have working phone service, and he's just like, but all phones are set up to call 911 if there's an emergency, like even without phone service. And she's like, not this one.
Yeah, it's I don't understand that. It's like dumb.
He's like, can you just try it for me? It's 3 numbers. And she's like, I'm not going to try it. I know it doesn't
Yeah,
work. And he's like,
it was, like, so
"What?"
stupid.
I love
It's like,
it.
when have you tried to call 911 before? Like, I don't know.
I think it's like a good spin on like every movie where they call 911 and they're just like, this fucking
Yeah.
pinata's attacking me, and the lady's just like, okay, don't prank me anymore. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because if you're like, we're being stalked by a carousel horse, you'd be like,
Which, like, if you listen to our last 3 episodes, I complained about, like, now I have a phobia that, like, a 911 operator is, like, not gonna believe me.
Yeah, I've always been afraid of that since I was a
When
kid.
all of the tarantulas crawl out of the ground.
Yeah.
That's right.
Something
Ma'am,
weird
help me. And they're
happens.
gonna be like,
Like, I've listened to your
stop
podcast.
falling.
Yeah, when the actual carousel horse shows up to murder me, no one will believe me.
That's
I
right.
mean, we are going to watch a movie about a killer garden gnome that I'm also staring at a zombie garden gnome my mom gave me for fucking years ago.
Can we talk about that you've never told me
no.
about your zombie garden gnome? And I was getting dressed in here earlier, and I was like, why the fuck is there a fucking red-eyed, murderous-looking garden gnome in the corner?
I mean,
I was like, what is Nathan not telling
takes
me?
carousel horses away.
I thought like you had a secret life. Maybe you painted it.
Oh,
Maybe you're a hobby gnome maker.
the least artistic person on the planet.
I would love to find out.
That
that
would
you
be my
secretly painted
favorite
garden
secret
gnomes,
hobby.
Right? Like,
I would love it.
it was quite.
He, like, goes
terrifying.
to shows and, like, sells his, like...
Oh, like the flea market. Oh my god.
Like fucking, what's his, Alec Baldwin's character on 30 Rock, where he's got, like, the cookie, cookie jars. That's
Cookie jar.
So,
He spells his name Nathan with a G in front of it.
Oh my Nathan's nose. Oh, let's do it.
this podcast is over.
Let's do it. So now you're listening to Gnomecast.
So, Cowboy Cool shows up while, like, they're all arguing.
You mean Kit?
Kit is Cowboy Cool. Cowboy
like,
Kit.
He shows up while they're
Cannon
arguing
town.
about calling 911.
Yeah.
And he explains that, like, he's been keeping an eye on Duke for a year. Because, I don't know, for some reason he knows this fucking Nazi spirit was inside.
That's when I figured out that he was a Nazi, and I was like, what?
And then the doorbell rings, and Larry looks out the peephole and sees that it's Duke dressed as a pizza guy holding a pizza.
It's so good.
He opens the door because Larry is
idiot.
a quote-unquote fat kid in this movie, even
Yeah,
though
he's
he's
like,
really
oh,
not.
here's boss food, and he's just like a
Um,
regular little kid.
He opens the door, and, like, the pizza guy pushes Larry out of the
Oh my
way as
God.
Duke starts using a pizza cutter on Joe's
He
face.
pizza cuts his face. It's so good.
It's, like, forever,
This is
too.
my- It does, and, like, Joe is basically just, like, monologuing the whole time. He's like, oh my god, this hurt. What? This is taking so long. This is taking a long time. Why are you doing this? Oh, I'll have another slice of pizza. And it's just, like, a close-up of the hoof, like, rolling a pizza cutter over
and
his
he's
face.
like, now I know what pizza feels. I'm so sorry, pizza. Like, what? What? He apologizes to pizza.
And then you get another perfect scene of everybody goes to, like, run off, and Cowboy Cool is searching through the house for Duke, who is hiding under a lampshade and behind a curtain, but, like, also barely hiding.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, Duke is pretending to be a lamp. Now he's behind a curtain.
That's so awesome. At some point, Duke and Cowboy Cool start fighting, and, like, Duke knocks the gun out of Cowboy Cool's hand and hits him in the back with an axe.
He says,
yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah.
And then
I was like, can he say that?
another awesome scene where you get the fucking Halloween ripoff of Lori and Larry hiding in a closet, and Duke bursts in and they fight him off with a hanger.
Yeah.
And he was like, this hurts more than you actually think it would. But
it's like a plastic hanger too. It's
Yeah.
not even like a metal.
Yeah, it's awesome. And they go running outside, and, like, Duke apparently at this point has laser vision and just melts Lori down in the most ridiculous effects I've ever seen.
His laser eyes are so good.
But first, she does one of my favorite things, where she says the title of the movie in the movie.
Yeah, she's gonna tweet
Because
about how bad the party is.
Yes, and she uses hashtag CarousHell.
CarousHell.
The fucking melting effect rules, and then for some reason when she finally falls to the ground, she's, like, made of fucking porcelain.
Yeah, just when
Like,
her fucking when he starts looking at her, and all of a sudden red laser beams start shooting out of his eyes. I was like, this is the best part of the whole movie.
I was also like, why didn't he just use the laser beams
Right?
before
if he could
to
laser
like?
beam, why didn't he just fucking laser beam everyone?
Yeah,
And to get into the house, he could have laser beamed the door handle.
Right.
Like, there's so many laser
Yeah,
beams.
but you see how long it took Lori to melt? That's gonna take a while.
There's so many laser beam
Yeah,
opportunities.
it was a pretty long shot.
Then it would have been
And like
called
every time they
Laser
showed her,
Horse.
it was like a different effect though,
Yeah.
so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And then like it's pretty much just down to Larry and Duke. Like confronts him again about just like everybody treats us like shit. You don't understand.
Yeah.
And he's about to kill Larry when Cowboy Cool lassos Duke and then shoots Duke in the head where a bunch of rainbow blood comes out.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
man.
rainbows out.
Cowboy Cool tells Larry to call the police when he gets home, and Larry's like, my home's like 3 miles away, and he's like, walk home and just call the police.
No,
and,
he says it's a mile, and he's like, I'm gonna
I
have
thought he
to
said it's
walk.
3.
Yeah.
and then he's like,
He says-
tell him to bring body bags and a wood chipper.
Yeah.
He goes, "You gotta get along, little doggy."
Oh no.
Kit, can you say that line?
Give it to me one more time.
It says
You gotta get along, little doggy.
You gotta get along, little
That's
doggy.
pretty- I'm pretty sure Kit played Cowboy Cool.
Kit. Yeah. it's confirmed.
I think
confirmed
so.
it.
I also like that he was a cowboy, but he's wearing like a leather, like metalhead jacket.
I thought it was supposed to be
That's
like
the
a.
cool
I thought
part.
he was supposed to be like a Danny Zuko from Grease type, like like leather jacket. Like I didn't think of it as metalhead. I thought of it as
That
like
was-
50s greaser guy.
I like that
Yeah, that was the cool part
Yeah.
of Cowboy Cool.
Larry, before he goes to walk home, kicks Duke and calls him the ugliest horse he's ever seen.
Shouldn't have done that.
It cuts-
Rude.
Shouldn't have done
Uncalled
that.
for.
Cuts to Larry walking home and he sees a car coming and he goes to wave it down and just gets fucking
car just
plowed
fucking
over by the
pummeled
car.
him.
Duke is driving the car with his unicorn horn out the skylight roof thing.
Yeah.
And he just like drives over him and then backs up and drives over him again.
And he says
then
like, "There's more there's more like us out there. You better be careful who you piss off
yeah,
or
and
something."
then he just like delivers a fucking monologue about
Threatening.
like there's more. You never know like what is actually alive and to be nice to things.
Yeah, he was basically just like, "Don't be an asshole."
Yeah, don't be a dick to inanimate
You get-
objects.
And then he says, "Who wants to ride the CarousHell?"
You get a little bit of credits after that, and then it cuts to the mom showing up
Oh
at
my god.
the fucking party she was supposed to
no.
go to, which was apparently her daughter's party. which
Yeah,
is weird.
like apparently they hired a stripper for that party.
She ends up going upstairs and sees Sarah gave birth to a baby unicorn carousel.
Oh, yeah. There's just this twitching, bloody, like, unicorn baby.
So awesome.
Oh, I hope there's a sequel.
And
Yeah.
then
Cool.
cue the My Tiny Uni theme song again.
And then, like, we did talk about it earlier, but, like, Joe, when he goes, like, ballistic at some point in the movie, he's talking about how he's just delivering pizzas to save every penny for, like, his dog Otis Barkmeyer. Was that what it was?
I think it was Otis Barkmeyer.
Yeah.
Which you
Yeah.
see Otis at the very end of the credits.
Yeah, they show Otis, which I'm assuming it's just like someone's dog.
Yeah, it's probably just like the
That's
director. or
cute.
something.
Yeah, Otis was cute.
This was a perfect movie.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yes,
11 out of 10.
I mean,
11,
it's-
12, 100 out of
It
10.
was
I-
funny. It was like
I was
silly.
not expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. So
I really thought it
there's
was
that.
gonna be more like scary, but like because like like Katie said, like the cover makes it look like it's this like CGI like crazy murderous horse. So it was actually like pleasantly funny.
I was terrified. I was walking back into like an elf situation that I was not wanting.
Yes.
So.
You know what? I did too. I was actually like, I was really excited to do the movie, obviously, because I wanted to do it for a really long time. But those covers now, I have like a trigger warning against it. Like, I know that they're bad. And I was really hopeful because Santa Jaws was like such a pleasant surprise, but I was expecting this to be terrible. And I have to say, I enjoyed it. And as I was watching it, I was like, this is like the perfect movie for like, just like Santa Jaws, I think.
Well,
Is
I
also
think
really good, but it's like,
Perfecter.
but I meant like this is the perfect kind of movie. Like when I think about I Hope You Suffer, like this is the
Yes.
sort of movie that I think
Mhm.
about. So like I definitely recommend it, and I was like so happy that I don't know, it's hilarious.
I think
It's worth it just to say that you have seen a film where a carousel unicorn fucked a woman.
Yeah.
Because
I think, like,
where else are you going to get quality content
the
like
thing
that?
that works in its favor is that it's not an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a
Yeah.
pretty quick 70 minutes. Like, there's maybe a scene or two that I thought like the Never Have I Ever Seen was just a little bit too long, but for the most part,
Yeah.
everything else kind of just like zips by pretty quick.
Yeah, the Never Have I Ever Seen was kind of pointless. I think it was just to show how much the brother and sister wanted to fuck each other.
Well, I think it was just like a thing to have more like jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really appreciate that I mean, it was kind of like, well, Santa Just did have some like CG in it, but in this movie specifically, like, I really appreciate that they did, again, just like the practical graphics. They didn't, like, obviously they probably didn't have the budget to do like CG or whatever, but I thought some of the kills were actually like pretty good. Like the girl who gets sopranoed, like that looked really good to me. The acting, like, was it, like, there were some characters that were kind of like cringy, but like compared to some of them, like higher budget movies, the acting was like pretty good, and it was funny, and it did that sort of thing where like it kind of made fun of itself, but like in a way that worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I know what you mean. Like it didn't take it, like the campiness like helped like with it.
Yeah, and there was like one point when Joe, the pizza guy, was like, where is he getting all these weapons from?
Yeah.
And like just like stuff like that. I thought, like, I don't know. This movie really worked for me.
If you
It helps that it's in on the joke, unlike a lot of the
Right,
low-budget
right.
movies where they're trying to be serious, and it's like, oh, stop,
yeah, where they're
please.
trying to be like, oh, these are serious actors.
If you go to their official website for $60, you can buy a limited edition VHS DVD signed poster that comes in a pizza box.
That's entirely too much money to spend
Oh,
on this movie.
fucking deal.
I was trying to figure out what the budget
listen.
was, but
$60. The budget was $60.
I don't have a job, and I will spend my food money to buy this.
I just want the VHS.
Right.
All right. Katie, did you look up any news or anything?
I did, but I didn't totally see anything worth like reporting on, really. I mean, except for that Corey Taylor of Slipknot fame has finished writing a horror film, so we can just
Better be like the
tuck that
Fanatic.
away. There's also like a movie I brought up a little while ago that was called The Turning, that has Finn Wolfhard in it, which they have like a more extended trailer now. Still looks pretty good to me, so I might see it. But other than that, I mean, I've been seeing some some first reviews for Color Out of Space that seem like it looks pretty
The
good.
movie's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
Can't
and
wait.
then obviously like Shudder keeps releasing scheduled content, which
yeah.
just is like knocking it out of the park. So other than that, though, like not really.
Hold on a sec. I was gonna pull up. I know Fangoria did their thing of like what's streaming in January. Color Out of Space looks like the best movie. Oh my god, come on.
Yeah, I'm
everybody.
actually like pretty excited for that one.
Did anybody have anything they wanted to shout out?
Well, I obviously already did. I was saying that I had caught up on that podcast, Neon Brainiacs. But other than that, I have been obsessed with Stardew Valley, so I've pretty much only been playing that. So, like, that's my recommendation. Go play that.
Cornbread.
I can't get behind cornbread.
I love cornbread.
Cornbread whips ass.
Cornbread's
Yeah.
Eat
good.
cornbread.
Yeah.
You want to shout anything out, Caitlin?
I don't know. I mean, I just started listening to, it's not like an unknown podcast, but I started listening to Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet, which is like the reviews. It's like 1-star reviews on Amazon, which I like to, or not on Amazon, just in general. And I like to read them anyway. And it's just pretty funny and quick little episodes. And I don't know. I love to read like ridiculous reviews. So I'm listening to that, and that's kind of like the only newish podcast I've listened to lately.
I've been listening to Nothing But Knowledge Fight, which is a podcast where people play clips from every episode. Like, they do the current episodes of InfoWars and talk about how Alex Jones is the dumbest person alive. I've been listening to it
That's
so much that I'm to the point where I've literally had dreams that have just been episodes of InfoWars, and it's...
Oh
I've
no.
just been listening to it in the car while we're driving around while I'm out here. Like, instead of music,
It's
we've been
fucking-
listening to it.
It's so good.
It's really funny. It's ridiculous.
I will say- that sounds crazy.
All of the episodes, it's like, they do, like... Some weeks they'll do 4 episodes, and they're all, like, 3 hours long, so with rules, because,
Oh
like...
my god.
I work like 9-10 hour shifts, so like it's, and like, I'm maybe 30 episodes deep at this point, and I'm
Wow.
I'm only in, I think, March of 2017.
Last night, did we say Happy New Year? Happy New Year, everybody, because this will be our first episode of the new year. I think we did say that, but last
I don't
night,
think we
instead of
did.
like staying up, oh, I think I did, because I wished everyone a happy Janu Scary.
Oh, good lord.
Instead of like, doing New Year's stuff, we like just went to bed like normal people.
Did old year stuff.
Yeah, right. But have you guys ever seen a movie called The Replicant?
Sounds
No.
familiar.
Maybe.
It is a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie,
Oh no.
and it also has
Oh, yeah, I know
Mary
what you're talking
Poppins
about.
from Guardians of the Galaxy. If you guys
Michael
like
Rooker.
haven't seen it or haven't seen it recently,
Mary Poppins. Damn it.
I really want to do it as like a bonus episode because this movie is insane. So it's like technically an action movie. So the plot of it is that Jean-Claude Van Damme is a serial killer, and they make a genetic like replicant of him to help find him, to like stop him from serial killing. But he's born as like basically like full grown Jean-Claude Van Damme, but he's like a toddler, and it is such an insane movie. Like the stuff that happens in it is just like crazy, and it's like one of those things that reminded me a lot of Face Off, where I'm just like, how is this movie made? Like, how is this a movie that somebody was like, hey, I have this idea, really serious, made this movie, and it came out. People saw it in theaters. It's like so crazy. So
Can we just do a bunch of Van Damme movies
Oh,
along with
that'd
that?
be great.
Dude,
Like Hard Target
Who did
and
is-
Cyborg.
Who did the one with? Is it Van Damme or Steven Seagal that did the one with Dennis Rodman?
Oh.
That was Van Damme.
Okay, that's what I thought. That
Double Impact.
where like Dennis Rodman has like a weird like a fucking basketball parachute or some shit at one point.
Oh my god.
I got to
Wasn't
say,
that
like,
movie.
I know who Jean-Claude Van Damme is, obviously, but I have not seen a lot of his movies because, like I've said before, like I'm not really a big like action movie kind of person, and like, it was insane. I think I'm a fan now.
We're only
Like,
doing it if we do Street Fighter, so we can see Jean-Claude Van Damme play an American,
Oh my god, Street Fighter.
100%.
And-
Yes.
Raul Julia, in like the final role of his
Mhm.
life. So yeah, Fangoria. We'll put up like all of the horror coming to streaming sites in, the month, which I wish they would add Tubi too, because Tubi's got all kinds of fucking nonsense horror. But
So much nonsense.
Shudder, all that really matters is Tammy and the T-Rex.
Yeah.
we will be doing.
It's incredible.
And like Monster Squad will be on there too.
Whoop, whoop.
Um.
I think that's already on.
It may have came on the first. I know you said Tammy the T-Rex is coming like the 13th or something.
Yeah.
Bliss is coming on there too, which I think is supposed to be good. Amazon Prime is getting all of the Cube movies, which
Oh my
Ooh.
god, yes.
are
Okay.
I think
We have to do Hypercube.
I will do all 3 of them. Also,
I think I've only seen the first one.
Hulu's getting them as well, and they're Hulu and Prime are also getting Dracula 3000.
Yes.
Yes. You guys, I saw that in the movie theater.
Oh, why?
Dracula.
Prime is also getting Midsummer. Finally.
Oh, okay, good.
Which, hard pass.
Well, I haven't seen it, so I feel like I have to.
Netflix is getting The Ring and The Evil
Fuck
Dead
Netflix.
and all of Katie's money.
They're not getting my money, even though they're doing a Dracula series. They can go fuck themselves.
I'm gonna have to log into Caitlin's HBO now to watch Teeth.
You're not allowed unless you watch Sopranos also.
I need to watch fucking Watchmen.
You're not allowed to move to New Jersey until you've seen at least 2 seasons of The Sopranos.
Oof.
Oh, R.I.P. you guys.
Teeth needs to come to other streaming sites because I think Lindsay for Tits and Giggles said she wanted to come on here and do Teeth.
Teeth is a good one.
Ooh.
Teeth is awesome.
Yeah.
I
think it's like
I had
classic
seen that
at
one.
this point, right?
I don't know. I don't know how
I
many
feel like-
people like.
I feel like people
talk
who don't
about it.
even like horror movies that I know about Teeth.
All right. So next week we're gonna do a good movie that Katie is gonna take the lead on. We're gonna have her watch From Beyond.
I'm really excited because I don't know anything. I don't
look into
don't
it.
think I know anything about it. I'm not. So I'm really excited because Society was really ended up being like one of my favorites.
Just
so
all you need to know is episode 69.
God.
Nice.
And then I think the week after.
I feel like this one should have been 69.
Yeah, especially with that
Carousel.
unicorn. I think at one point they were 69ing in one of their positions. He was like sitting on her face, kind of.
When I die, I just want that scene, just playing on my tombstone somehow on repeat.
At that point,
A
they
mini
got like
projector.
digital tombstones. You know.
Yeah. So
You got it, dude.
next week will be From Beyond, which is on Tubi for people that watch along, and then I think the week after that we're gonna try and do Tammy and the T-Rex. I think that's how it'll work out timing wise.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you can rate and review us on iTunes if you're nice. Tell us about your mac and cheese at Thanksgiving like somebody did.
Yes, thank you.
You can follow us on Twitter at IWSuffer and Instagram at IWSuffer Podcast. You can go listen to Kit's other podcast, Riff Raff. What have you guys been doing on there lately?
We've been taking the holidays off,
Did you guys
so
just finish
we
up your
haven't
best
we haven't
of?
had one in a couple weeks.
I mean, it's fair. Follow Katie's Instagram at Werewolf Face, and then you can follow our podcast, me and Caitlin's podcast. You want?
What? Oh, Let Me Be Your Pot of Love, which is VH1 celeb-reality dating show podcast. Right now we're deep into Flavor of Love. We also took the holidays off. We haven't recorded in like a month. But I don't even. What are our things? It's at Twitter at Let Me Be Your Pod. Instagram at Let Me Be Your Pot of Love, and you can listen to it on like all major.
I think pretty much anything except Google Play right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's on like all platforms, and it's goofy. Kit was our last guest, and we just talk about the ridiculousness of those reality shows.
The spit.
Kit, have you watched Real and Chance Legend Hunters yet?
So good.
No,
Oh my
it's on a
God.
Tubi, right?
Yes, you
Please
need to
watch,
watch
it.
it.
It's so good.
I watched like the first couple of episodes.
It's really good.
Yeah, and I think you were just like, I don't know who these people are, but this is
Yeah,
awesome.
you should watch like I Love New York, the first season, and then you'll get like some reference on who Real and Chance are.
I want to have Katie
makes
on
it
like just
funnier.
a random episode.
Oh
that
my
she'll have like
God.
no.
Like a random episode
Like-
of like Frank in the Basement of
Oh
Love or
god,
whatever the
that'll
fuck
take.
that's
It's
called.
gonna be like 8 years from now. I think we gotta have her on an I Love New York episode.
Or
That's-
a Rock of Love.
we have her talk about 12 pack.
Oh, 12 pack. I love him.
It's French to me. I don't understand. Well, the reason I did watch a few episodes of that because like whenever I don't even remember why we were talking about it originally. I was like, drunk. So I was like, I'm gonna look this up, and I watched like a few episodes of it. They are crazy,
Oh,
but
the
it was
Legend
pretty
Hunters
like,
one.
like,
The
huh?
Legend Hunters one.
Yeah, because like I don't know, like you don't actually really need to have that much of a context
Yeah.
to just watch them do like catfisting and like crazy shit like that. But it's pretty funny.
There's like the best part of it is like on like when they got their own spin-off that was like Real Chance of Love that like they made the women go out and do a Bigfoot hunt, but it's like one of
Yeah.
their brothers dressed up in
Yeah,
a
the
Bigfoot suit and shit.
third brother is dressed up in a Bigfoot suit. It's so good. Like the whole family's obsessed with cryptids, which is like I love that about them. But
Right.
oh.
I just need Kit to watch the one where they go try and hunt the like giant pig monster,
Oh my god,
and then we could do Pigster
I
after
can't
he
wait.
watches that.
so good.
Oh my God, yes.
Pigster.
We may have to round out the month with Pigster because it's on Prime right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Do,
I'm down.
Do you want to give anything else? Like,
What?
I don't know if you want to give like your personal or like
Oh, I
MJ
mean,
harm reduction stuff.
oh
or-
well, that's not really, I guess,
Okay, that's up to
relevant.
you.
But, I mean, you can. I mean, my Instagram and Twitter are at medicine noose, medicine_noose. That's kind of it.
Okay. Yeah, follow all that stuff. We are actually going to record some episodes of Let Me Be Your Pot of Love, and we're gonna have our friend Irene on in the next couple episodes.
Yeah, for the season
Oh.
opener of season 2 of Flavor
Yeah.
of Love.
For some
We
lady
can't
shits on
wait.
the stairs.
It's I can't wait because
Oh my
Irene and
gosh.
I talk about these all the time anyway, so it's gonna be pretty good.
All right, yeah. Watch From Beyond next week. Caitlin, thank you for being on
Thanks for having me on, guys.
for your worst nightmare movie.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I mean, it was worse in ways that I didn't expect it to be.
I saw Kit's tweet the other day, and I just showed her that, and she was like, "God." Damn
I was
it."
like, oh, but I'm glad because
Oh, no.
I was literally thinking it was going to be like a CGI horse, like eating someone out. So I was glad it was the way it was. That might be my favorite scene of the whole movie. The whole like sex scene is the best
Pretty
one.
amazing.
The whole,
Wow.
the hoof butt touch.
Yeah, the hoof slapping her in the ass is perfect.
So good.
Oh, guys, before I forget, don't forget to go to Starbucks and get your meat shake.
Yeah, I don't think we had a meat shake reference in the Q&A episode. We fucked up.
Are you
I
sure?
don't remember, but either way, meat shake. All right, I hope you suffer, but why?
Happy meat shake.
Nay.
No.
I hope you suffer, but nay.
Oh, God.
Oh, damn. Missed it.